things that we might find really helpful when we're trying to train our puppies is to introduce what we call a marker word. So anybody who's ever heard of clicker training, basically a marker word or a clicker, it's the same thing. So we can either use a physical clicker, the sound of a click, or good boy, or we can use a word. I use the word yes, so it's the same thing. So the advantage of a marker word is it communicates to the puppy exactly when he got something right. A bit like me saying to you, yes, the moment you did something that I liked. With traditional training, quite often what happens is the puppy remembers what he was doing when he got the food, because that's usually the most important bit to the puppy. But quite often, when the puppy gets the food, he's actually stopped doing what it is we wanted to reward him for. So, say for instance, I was teaching Kylo to sit and stay, and I walked away. As I came back to him, I reached for my treat to give him to reward his sit-stay, and he stood up. If I gave him the food at that point, I would actually be rewarding the standing up, not the sitting and staying that he'd done previously. Whereas with my marker word or my clicker, as I return to Kylo, I can press the clicker or give him the word yes, and he knows what he's doing at that moment is the right thing. It doesn't matter then that the food happens a few seconds later. So in order to introduce either a marker word or a clicker, you first have to load it. Simply what we would start off by doing is saying your chosen word, yes, and immediately giving the dog a treat. Kylo's taking the laid-back attitude to dog training. Yes. 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 And you can see already when I say that word, Kylo is expecting the treat to come, which means he's starting to understand that word. So in future, when I teach him something, as I lure him into position, as he hits the required position, I'm going to say my word, yes, so he knows that was the moment he got it right, and then I can follow it with a treat.